Hey there, so today we have a couple of 7.2 volt DeWalt NiCd packs for rebuilding. So here's one put together. There's one that's apart already, just 3 Torx screws. Pretty easy so far, I didn't break anything yet. It's got 5 cells on the bottom and then 1 up top here. So 6 cells in series times the 1.2 nominal would get us to 7.2 volts. So this one has looks like a positive coming down to the bottom of that cell, and then the negative looks like welded on top of there with this charge port gizmo. Here's the new cell. It is a 4/5 sub C cell. It's a stubby one. There's a longer version, this one, which I initially bought, and that's a full sub C, so you can tell the difference a little bit there. And the full sub C is going to be too big, so I made that mistake. Let's jump into tearing this apart and rebuild the pack. Okay, so I've just decomposed the pack a little bit here. I've torn this tabbing off of the top. I'm taking this little stopper nub thing the top cell sits on. We'll reuse that. I'm just going to desolder this positive wire real quick, and then I did find some tabbing over here, so onward. Okay, so here are the top pieces, the cardboard. I've kind of ripped them a little bit. I will try to reuse those. So I'm just mocking up the cells for tab welding. So there's the 2 tabs I've cut off. This is the bottom of the pack. I've marked that at the top. I can get that to focus. Top, anyway, so top down. So we'll hit these 2 tabs first and then just kind of move on that way. I'll get the tab welder out. Show you that next. Alright, so there's the tab welder that I built. So forgive me if you can hear fan noise. That's the lighting I have. I didn't design it for filming, so I'll have to build a new light. So maybe I'll put that on camera, right? Anyway, tab welder that I built out of capacitors, 16.5 volts. There's some electrodes there. And so I have something on my channel, a couple videos on it. So pretty cool. I need some TLC. I need to kind of give it more charging current and just kind of look after it a bit. It needs some work. It still works right now, so let's start welding. So I have a little button on my, right here, a little switch, a tactile switch I think, that fires the welder. It's recharging, 12 volts, 14 volts, 16.5 is what I usually go for. I have another project where I'll be welding some 30 gauge tinned wire for cell level fusing on my power wall project that likes 12.5 volts. Alright, so you get the picture. I'm going to go ahead and keep going and then hit the top side as well. So I'll show you that when it's done. So here's where we're at. This is a shot of the top. Here and here, match. Flip it over. Whoop, yeah, the bottom. So there's the bottom. So this is where I'm at right now, is this positive with this wire. that goes up to the top terminal. So what I'm going to do, so I've bent this corner guy. I'm going to tin the side just like it is over here. Tin that with solder. And then I'll probably solder it to the white wire first before I weld it on. And it's going to sit like that, and the wire's going to go, you know, it's going to be going that way. And then I want to tape around this so when those cells touch, the tabbing doesn't dig into the other cells and things go crazy. So that's where we're at. Keep going. Okay, so before we solder the bottom connection, I've this top piece, the terminal piece. So I tried to tab weld these. It's pretty solid, thick stuff, so it won't go through that. I've run into that before, I think. So, so what I'm going to do is turn some plastic off. This whole can piece is the negative side of the cell. So what I'm going to do is tab weld this little piece here that I've cut. I've cut that strip off, and I ripped it in half basically with some scissors. It cuts pretty nicely. And then I'm going to strap it over these terminals and then hit it with solder. So that'll be the negative of the whole battery, and then the bottom piece and soldering that, and then we should be good, all apart from this series connection, which I'll reuse this tabbing. So yeah, we're getting there. Alright, here we go. So that worked nicely. I've got it strapped in. I'll just solder it next. Alright, so I think the soldering's done. So I've done the right angle tab, soldered that, tinned the tab, used some helping hands, and then soldered the existing white wire on. And then I also filled in my strap with solder. It's not pretty. So next up, tab weld this one, and this existing tab I'll reuse. It kind of fits on the stopper for the bottom of the top cell. So we'll keep on keeping on here. I'll show you what I did. Alright, so here's where we're at. So I've got everything buttoned up. I took a chunk out of this strip so for relief on our white wire, so when you tuck them together they won't hit. So that's good. I tab welded these ones, the top cell to the main section, and that was tricky, but one thing I screwed up was right here, our orientation. It's going this way, and it needs to be straight forward and backward. So I'm going to rip this one off and redo it. So it happens. We're getting close though. I did test the voltage, we're good. I didn't make any sparks or anything. So yeah, just get that alignment right. Pop these things back on. Maybe some tape to hold those up down. See if she buttons up. Alright. Alright, ladies and gents, so we did it. Not without a little coaxing. 7.5. I pretty much smushed it in there, pretty much right here. This tab that goes from the bottom section of the pack to the top cell, that's kind of where you need to make sure you're following along. And take a picture of your pack if you don't have a second one, and make sure you get this piece kind of snug. So mine kind of stuck out a little bit. I had to do some bending and whatnot. So, but other than that, it's good to go. Both sides are moving in, so that's to take it in and out of the tool. So there's that. It wasn't too bad. It'll take an hour or so if you don't film it, so it's not too bad. Okay, well, good luck, guys. Talk to you later.